Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome to the pod where we chat, argue, and wax poetic about the movies and shows that we love, hate, or that are simply worth talking about. All stories have something to say, and we love trying to analyze what they capture. Welcome to the chatter after. Today, we're talking so much Marvel stuff. It's a marvelous Monday. We're talking the Marvels, which just came out, and Loki season 2, which just ended on the exact same day for some reason. Don't know how that worked out. But if you haven't been caught up on anything happening in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is not the show for you. So make sure you give us a like, subscribe, bookmark it, come back later once you've watched the Marvels and Loki season 2. We're gonna have timestamps once this live stream is over, so you can jump to whichever review you're here for. If you're for both, awesome. Hang out with us. It's a great time. I'm Mike. That's Jamie, Didge, Cliff, Joel, and Trayvon. We've got a lot to get into. So I guess I'll just start with you, Trayvon. The Marvels, it finally got here. What were your thoughts, dude?
So, my thoughts on the Marvels. I had a great time. I thought the movie was amazing. I love these characters already anyway from the individual projects. So, I was excited to see how they were going to fit this in this short time span. That was that was pretty much the main issue I was worried about. I knew I would have fun. I was just like, well, how are they going to squeeze this into an hour and 45 minutes? Minus the, I guess, credits. So I guess a little bit less than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a great time with it. I thought the characters were done really well. I thought the dynamic and they answered the question on, why Monica was kind of like so standoffish in WandaVision about Captain Marvel, and and I love seeing Miss Marvel geek out and get to meet her hero, and it wasn't a traditional, oh, I meet her and she's terrible. It wasn't that. So it was like, maybe I'm realizing that this hero stuff isn't as easy as I thought, but Captain Marvel is still a good person. So I like that they kept it that way. They didn't try to make it like she's some uh, superpower wielding devil going around the universe. So I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that'd be my summary of it right now. I don't know if you want me to like go in depth in it or you want me to
No, we
just
can
that's
we
it.
can do first impressions and go around and
Okay.
hit more
So yeah,
specific beats a little bit later if you want.
yeah. So I'll stay there. That's enough for me right now.
Nice. What about you, Cliff?
Yeah, I enjoy the movie. I like it. Is it the best movie? No, not close. But it delivered on the one thing I wanted, which was great banter and like a dynamic between our main three characters. That's all I wanted. It was beautiful, great. Love the first 40 minutes. Love Nick Fury in this. Like happy go lucky, like kind of like uncle slash granddad. Nick Fury is great. It's fun to watch. Love it. Also, we do not deserve Iman Vellani in this universe. We do not deserve her. But yeah, quick thoughts. I enjoyed it. I like it. It's
It's fun. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Joel.
Yep.
How are your thoughts on movie number 33 in the MCU?
Cool. It's a good number. I am still enjoying these movies after all this time, so I'll say that it was a very good time at the theater. I will say that there was nothing in this movie that really stood out enough for me to say I disliked it. I had a really fun time. I laughed a lot. There was a lot of things to laugh about. A lot of like the banter that Cliff was saying was really good. A lot of cool little Easter eggs for the future. That was a nice way to end the movie. So I think it did everything I usually like in an MCU movie. Does it have some issues? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it was still super fun and one of the better movies I saw this year.
That's impressive because you've seen a lot of movies this year.
I've seen a
You
lot
have.
of movies.
Oh man, Jamie, what about you?
I had fun with this one. I like this movie a lot better than the Captain Marvel movie. I don't hate the Captain Marvel movie, but
Yeah,
I'm
not
also
too
kind of
much.
like I'm just putting that out there so nobody thinks that. But I like it was definitely one of the weaker movies in the MCU for me personally. But seeing the Marvels, I really like what Cliff said. Like I like the banter between all three of them. I like this kind of rapport that they now have with each other and like some of the emotional beats they were able to hit. Although I will say, and it's funny that I say this, I feel like the movie kind of leans too much into the goofiness. So it's like it's fun, but I also when like serious things happen, like I wanted them to get serious, like I wanted to see like a little bit more range. But I still overall had a good time, so I can't really complain.
Well, at least you had fun. Ditch. How do you follow up? How do you follow up 4 other opinions? What you got?
Honestly, I'm gonna agree with everything you guys said. It was so much fun. I do think it had its flaws. The villain was definitely one of the weaker ones. She acted great. They just didn't give her much to do, so that kind of hurt her. But overall, it was such a fun movie. I love that Samuel L. Jackson is no longer Nick Fury. He's just Samuel L. Jackson. Like he's just him in the MCU now. That's great. Teyonah Parris and Samuel L. Jackson both just seemed like regular Black folks, and they're just having to deal with all these superpower people around them. So that's how they felt to me this entire movie. So it was great. I had a good time.
Yeah, the Marvels it's just fun, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's not overly complicated. Like we talked about the runtime on previous streams of like it's only an hour 45 minutes. I don't think you could have done much more with the plot they gave us.
No, it was perfect.
Yeah, like
which is funny because I think it could have been a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think you could have tacked on another 10 minutes.
Now y'all doing too much. 145 is the sweet spot.
Okay.
I've said that a lot of times.
He has said that too many times, if we're being real. Cliff, I want to give you space to say it though. What would you have added to pad out that runtime? What would you have expanded on?
More about our villain's backstory.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the biggest gripe for me. Which
I don't think there was much there to begin with. I think
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it's to bring it back to what Jamie said earlier about the villain being one of the weaker. It's like it's just like a continuous MCU problem. Whereas like our villains just are severely underdeveloped in a lot of things and what have you. And I just wish we could have gotten more because I'm sorry, are we going into spoilers for this? I don't want to.
Yeah,
full spoilers. Say anything you
want.
All
right, bet.
Beast is in this movie. So, There you go.
Okay.
Michael. All right. We just go like
the full name, Joel.
That's the X was mentioned. The X symbol was behind them.
Right. Exactly.
I said at the top of the show was spoilers, so if they still here, that's their fault.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, I guess when it comes to that, when it comes to the villain, because I can't even remember her name.
Darben.
I just think we would have gave her more reason. Like, why did she feel? What was her name?
Darben.
Darben? Oh, I was never going to remember that. But yeah, I wish they just would have gave her an actual reason for why she decided to be the one to restore, resources to Hala instead of just like I was there, and then Captain Marvel shot Rumble like.
I think
it's like over me, and that's what
Captain
happened.
Marvel killed her predecessor or something, so she's picking up where her predecessor left off.
Yep.
Like the Supreme Being? Was that her predecessor?
No, from the Guardians movie.
Oh, you meant Ronan. Oh, right, because of the Cosmo ride. Okay, see. Ronan? I forgot all about that.
That's what I thought.
Accuser?
I don't think it was talking about Ronan. I thought we saw Captain Marvel kill her predecessor.
Yeah, that was the Supreme Being. What made her
that's not the predecessor?
Yeah, like was she the underling to the was she second Supreme?
No, she was just mind you, she was just out in the street.
Going off of the
saw Captain Marvel fly by. Somehow ran over. Yeah, they never explained how she got the hammer. They never explained how she got the hammer.
I thought she was talking about Ronan too, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah,
but
I missed.
I don't know.
I saw this movie twice to make sure I wasn't like
the Supreme Intelligence was their leader in general, like everybody.
Right.
Maybe I missed.
And that's not even the worst thing. Is
was Ronan from that planet then?
Yeah, he was for sure.
Yeah, he was a Kree.
But Captain Marvel didn't kill him.
No,
But,
the Guardians killed him.
Joel, please explain.
Please,
It seems like
Yes, give us this character lore, please.
Yeah. I'm assuming she took up the mantle of accuser. They just never call her the accuser. She has a hammer. So that's what when she's talking to them, I thought that's what she meant. But she blames their planet's destruction or like its current demise because of what Captain Marvel did, which was destroy the Supreme Intelligence. But that's kind of like that's leaning on that, but that is what she's blaming Captain Marvel for. But it's obviously Captain Marvel says it's the Civil War or the war that between the Kree and the Skrulls that actually caused all that. They depleted their own natural resources. It's their own fault at the end of the day. But maybe they lean too heavily on the Supreme Intelligence to correct everything, and that became the downfall. It's
very much Krypton vibes.
It's like they're victims and also unfortunate perpetrators of their own demise.
Right.
It's very weird. This is why I was thinking like if we had like a good 2 hours, we probably could have explored a little bit more of this because we're talking about like 30 years worth of people living on this planet and what have you, just dealing with what's been going on and all that stuff. So I just wish they would have expanded on that a little bit more. And what have you? And
I said 145 was perfect.
Let's start.
I mean, it was also just interesting when Trayvon had mentioned earlier. One of his reasons for liking the movie was that like they didn't make Captain Marvel like this this guy going around destroying things. So in my mind, I was like, they call this woman the Annihilator. Why? I need to know more. There's no way this one incident she got this cool name for the rest of her life.
No, she destroyed Supreme Intelligence. Like
that's for sure.
I mean, that was a huge
she
thing.
Did mess
for
their
them.
planet up.
Like, she destroyed that, which made a power struggle, which made people fight. And then the resources. Right. I don't understand.
And that would have been interesting.
I don't understand the sun and all the water going away. But
the water.
Somebody got mad.
The water I could see just from like you're using it for whatever weapon. Like it's trying to like they're using hydrogen based whatever. The sun, I have no idea.
It's just the SpongeBob meme, man. Everything that happened is her fault. She poisoned the water.
It makes you wonder what like the Supreme Intelligence was doing, like right, and how much upkeep they were doing and what have you. Because it just would have been interesting. It was like we haven't seen these people for 30 years. Ronan and like the Guardians have been doing their thing. We don't know what's been going on with him and what have you. He should be back and what have you. But I think it just would have been more interesting if we could figure that out.
I agree.
And just expand the villain a little bit more.
Yeah, because I was confused when we were discussing it. So
I feel like I don't know. For me, it's like if you watch all the
because she has reasons. I'll give her that. She has reasons, but it's not too much meat to it, I guess.
Simple. What did you say, Trayvon?
I'm saying like because I've seen all the MCU. Like as soon as I saw that thing she was carrying around, I just automatically thought of Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah,
but here's the thing, right? 2 points on that. First off, I did think of Ronan, and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna like explore this. But then when we saw like the flashback, like I didn't really see Ronan, and I could have sworn I saw some other lady. Now I'm not sure. I could have sworn I saw some other lady, and she killed that lady, and that's why I was like, oh, like that was her predecessor. So I have no idea where the hammer came into place. And then second, Mike did say this is the 33rd movie. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of shit to remember.
Yes, it is.
I can't even remember things that happened in my own life.
Right. I thought the Guardians destroyed Ronan's rod or whatever because it had the Power Stone. So where'd she just get it back from?
I just assumed the rod was something that all the Kree use at this point.
That's what
I didn't even make that association to Ronan anymore.
I just thought it was a typical weapon. Like
accusers have hammers. I doubt they only had the one.
So you know what I think it really is? It goes into it's 10 years of movies and shows, but then like 30 years of Captain Marvel and like Kree and Skrull stuff that we just have no idea about.
It's a lot to.
Like I think it's a lot to develop and what have you that I think we could just be missing.
That's fair. I think that's one of the flaws.
Ronan was in the first movie for like 10 seconds.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he was there.
She went up there and boom, remember?
He's like, we leaving.
He was like, yep, I'll come back for her. So
never came back.
Never.
He didn't make it back.
Never got a chance to.
Oh man, that's one of the the flaws of the movie, though, is just narratively, it's a little messy. I think that's why the praises for this film really are for Brie Larson, Teyonah Parris, and specifically Iman Vellani. Art winners in the comments here and left this one. Haven't seen the movie, so can't pass judgment. Don't worry, you're not alone. A lot of people have not seen this movie, tragically. But
please do.
Go see it.
Definitely.
It's fun. Iman Vellani's passion for a character in Marvel's nothing short of amazing. Yeah, she's the best. She's great in this movie again. Jamie, we were talking off stream. For sure. We were talking off stream about this being like the first major tie to those Disney Plus shows, because like Miss Marvel's the first titular character from those shows to make the jump over. Loki was already in the movies and he went to TV. Right. Miss Marvel's coming from TV, going to the movies. How did that transition feel for you guys, seeing her play off of Brie Larson as like the co-lead of this one?
I liked it. I feel like there's a balance between like the fangirliness and her actually like coming into her own and like representing her own personality. So that's something I would definitely like to see represented more in a future project with the Marvels, like a Marvels 2 or something like that. Because I really enjoyed the Miss Marvel show where we got to see like her interest, and I also really like her intro where we see like some of like the drawing and like the graphics and things like that were implemented in the show. So it's like so cute. So as soon as like Captain Marvel stepped into the picture, it was cool to see like how they interacted, but I also still wanted some of that individualism. So hopefully we'll get more of that in the future as she like calms down from her fangirlness. It's like, just Captain Marvel's another person just like anybody else. Puts her pants on one leg at a time. But as far as the interconnectedness, like we were saying off stream, I do feel like this is the first film that not necessarily like backtracks what happened in the shows, and it's like it's more so like if you've seen this, you're like very in tune with what's going on. If you haven't seen the shows, I don't feel like it won't make sense, but I think some of the emotional beats and like some character motivations might not make as much sense. I don't know if that's going to work out in the long run, but I know for me personally, like investing my time into these shows, I don't want to go into a movie and essentially get a recap of what I watched for hours and hours, and for that recap to also be slightly different than what I watched, because then I'm like, well, why did we do this? But
so which should it be? Because we have the conversation of we don't want them to leave people behind if they didn't watch the show. But if you don't want to recap at the beginning of the movie either, which one do you want it to be? What's the compromise there?
Me personally, I would rather you leave people behind selfishly, but I also feel like a lot of the Marvel properties that I have watched just throughout the whole MCU, like I had some catching up to do as far as like, oh, I don't know who this is, or I don't really understand the origin for this. Like, let me look it up, or let me find some extra information. So I feel like the people that are really interested will, like, if they haven't seen the show for some reason, they'll go back and watch the show, or they'll talk to somebody like, hey, I didn't quite get this. Like, what happened? They'll be like, go watch the show. So that's kind of where I stand. Is it the right viewpoint? I don't know, but that's my thoughts.
Well, I don't know. I agree. I kind of don't want like, sorry you didn't watch it. Sucks for you. I don't know. Like that's how I feel, because I don't want to recap at the beginning because I've seen it all, and that's how I feel about it. Now, if you know we're in this universe, you should watch it. I don't know. I don't know what else to say to you. The one thing that I wanted in here that I was hoping she would say when Monica was talking about the witch X, I just wanted her to mention it was Wanda, just to say it, just because Captain Marvel knows who that is. It was just very funny to see who she's talking about. But she didn't tell her who it was. I was like, if you just said Wanda, it would have been.
Also, Wanda's dead. What's happening here?
It would have been.
She's
Is
not
she
dead. She's
She's
just
not
That's what that
missing.
timeline
She's also in the
says.
multiverse.
She's not dead.
According
what?
to what
That
people
timeline
believe,
says
she's
it too.
dead.
Who is people?
In the like, she got crushed. She's like, by all like, Dr. Strange's not gonna be like, oh yeah, Wanda survived that.
As of
She's
right
back,
now,
sure,
as
but
of right
canonically,
now,
they
I
think
see
she's
what you mean.
dead.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I haven't read this book, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
I haven't got that far.
No, they
I'm
just mean like in
I'm
the
ignoring it. That's what I'm
in the universe, like Doctor Strange is like, oh shit, she got crushed by rocks, and they started telling everybody, oh shit, she got crushed by rocks,
Well,
and
no-
everybody's like, oh, Wanda's dead.
Well, no. Also, that Marvel timeline book says that she's dead.
I'm
So I don't know.
ignoring
that
I don't know who in universe wrote that book, but that's supposed to be a canonical book to the universe.
That's
I'm
fine.
ignoring
Wait,
that.
there's a
book.
Marvel
Is it
timeline book?
canonical
Nope,
as in
there
like
isn't.
somebody
Nope, there
in the
isn't. Nope.
universe wrote it, or
But
is it?
it doesn't
Yeah, 'cause-
predict the future. That's all.
Oh,
It's
I'm
the
saying.
That's what I'm saying.
official Marvel book.
Yeah, it's
So
it's as of right
Did
now.
I miss this?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Don't worry
very
about it.
Yes,
recent.
it came out like a few weeks ago. I'll get you the Amazon link.
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'll look it up because I did not know this was a thing.
Do you want to see it? I have it.
Well,
Uh,
that's happening.
Yeah, send it to
Grab
me
it,
in the,
Joel.
in
There
the
you
group
go.
chat.
I'll
But,
give you that right now. Like,
Wait.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I appreciate the recaps because if we didn't, I would have not have known that this takes place before Secret War or Secret Wars. Like I would not have known that like this takes place within like a specific chunk of time
Secret Invasion.
and what have you.
Talking about?
Secret
Yeah,
Invasion.
thank you, Secret Invasion. And what have
Because
you.
that was gonna be my
because
next question. I didn't realize it did. I'm like, why is
Yeah.
Nick Fury so happy?
Didn't know
Considering
it-
Maria
Exactly.
still died?
That's
That
the
was
main
new to
reason
me.
why.
Well, he
When
was
did
up
they
in
say
space
it?
too, actually.
That's
His
the only
wife
reason I
wasn't
thought it
there.
was before because
I thought he
was
went back to
happy.
space. I ain't gonna hold you.
He did go
How
back
about-
to space.
He
but his
did
wife
at the end of
wasn't
Secret
there.
War. At the end of Secret
At
Invasion, he
Secret
went back to
Invasion,
Yeah,
they
space.
went back to
His
space,
wife went
yeah.
with him.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thought it was
So this is
Or
definitely
did
a
you
movie
thought
that
she
comes
just wasn't
prior.
like she just chilling in the room or something?
Okay.
Okay.
They
I
had a lot
haven't
to
got
do
that
with
When
it.
I
far
watched it,
yet.
I just automatically thought he's happy. This is before. That's
Yeah,
how-
yeah,
that's
like
how I
this,
went
like
with it.
this, like coincidentally
Y'all-
takes place right after Miss Marvel's show and right after I guess some time has
Yeah.
passed since WandaVision, essentially.
You
know, it's-
Definitely after Ms. Marvel.
Not really. Yeah,
This just proves that we need recaps because I am lost.
For
here,
sure.
man.
exactly.
I mean,
Recaps
the
would have been
timeline. Well,
Yes.
I don't know. If
I
they
was
just
definitely
released
wondering
the
why he
pro-
was
this,
so
I think.
so cheery considering what just happened to him in Secret Invasion.
If they just released the projects in order, we wouldn't need a timeline or a
There's
recap.
also that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's been a lot of movement.
See, that goes into production and them. That's a whole nother conversation for later.
Yeah.
But it is nice if they tell us where it takes place. I hate trying to like look for time, like years and shit on the during.
Mhm.
Pull up
the
Star
movie.
Trek and give
I
us the
didn't do
start
that.
date of when this movie takes place. How about
That
that?
would be
Mm.
perfect.
I mean, that would be cool.
Because it still makes me wonder, like,
It's just content.
Carol ain't never come back to Earth since. Still,
No,
Like,
they showed
she's
up.
been
She
avoiding-
showed her came back.
She showed
They
up.
showed her
with
come
Mermaid.
back.
Oh,
well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know she was there for Maria, but I was just like, and
Oh,
this
no,
is my
after-
other problem with the movie.
After that,
Yeah, I'm just like, you mean to tell me you avoided Monica for 30 plus years
Yeah, basically.
and not once her mother died. You had to come back to help everybody, bring everybody else back to life. You need to go talk to this girl. You need to see her.
That
Like,
comes back to the timeline thing because
But
like
that
if this
happened
is
during.
sorry, go ahead, Jermaine.
I'm saying, but when they bring everybody back, the fight happened right after that.
Mhm.
Like, so I mean,
Yeah, so that's kind of where
Mhm.
my question lies
That's
though,
fair.
because
Okay.
WandaVision was what, a week after Endgame,
Yeah.
I think, like
a
canonically.
week or two or some shit.
Right. So if Monica's had her powers for like a month and then this movie takes place, that's fine, you know, because not much time has passed between WandaVision and the Marvels. But since I don't know when this movie takes place, is this years
So Ms.
after
Marvel?
Endgame?
Was a week after Endgame too,
I don't
or
know.
some time
Ms.
after?
Marvel?
Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
gonna
wait, what? Ms.
Oh,
Marvel?
exactly.
Ms. Marvel takes place like 2 years later, 2025.
Right. That's the thing where it's like,
Because let's say, because sometimes like at this point, Monica's fully engaged in like the Saber Corporation and all that
Right.
stuff. So I'm like,
Right.
sometimes has to have happened
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
least
there's been at least
at
2
least
years
6
since
months to a
Endgame.
year, probably.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, that
2
was
years.
2 years.
He called her up.
Approximately
Okay.
2 years.
Yeah,
crazy.
and it's been almost 3 years when we see her come back to Earth in the Marvels. There you go.
I don't want to get too lost on the timeline mumbo jumbo of it
It's
all.
a lot.
Let's get
It's
back
my
to the
favorite
movie.
thing, but I have not finished the book, so I'm sorry.
Y'all want to talk about the musical that takes place in
Ah,
this movie?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Gage almost walked out the theater when this happened. 'cause
I
he-
was
hated
climbing.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
my boy from
yeah.
E2 class and everything. Like,
I also didn't know that the guy was a K-pop singer.
not too much.
Oh.
I have nothing against it. That's fine. But I was wondering why they were like, oh yeah,
my
this
boy is famous in
K-pop
South
singer.
Korea.
Yeah, they were- they kept talking about, oh yeah, this big K-pop singer is going to be in it. I'm like, damn, did I miss that scene? I found out it was that guy, and I was like, oh.
Brie Larson said that's the most
lot.
famous person she's ever worked with.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
True, like the dude is
Yeah.
massive famous. Like again, I recommend everyone go on Netflix, watch Ichiman Class. You can where you can see him like properly act. Like the dude, talented, extremely talented.
It was just like it was super hyped up for it to be like 5 minutes.
Which
That's all they
again,
can
it
afford.
should have been 2 hours.
Did you want
No,
more
man,
of
we were
that?
good. No, I just didn't need you to hype it up that much. It's more sort of the statement. Like you
I
went
mean,
through this.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
he got
to
his-
K fans?
He got his
That
own
was the one
poster.
thing I wasn't looking forward to, so I was very
He
happy that it
definitely
went by
got his
quickly.
own poster.
Yeah, it was
He did
funny.
get his own
I
poster.
didn't care. But
I ain't
it
gonna
was-
lie.
he definitely
Wow.
I was
He
fine
did.
with them sitting on that planet longer. I didn't need the musical scene, but I thought the entire planet dynamic was really interesting. Like her being a princess there,
That
like
was funny.
her trying
Yeah.
to hide
Disney
the fact that she was a
princess.
princess there.
Yeah.
I thought all of that was great. I
She
didn't
had
need
the
to see-
magical girl transformation.
She
Right?
It was
sure did.
amazing.
All of that was
Disney
great.
princess, it's official
Yep,
at this
it is.
point.
And it's Brie Larson. Take that, haters.
Let's
Right.
go.
Right.
I loved it.
Then you got Kamala just in the background having a good time and what have you. Like,
Right.
Why y'all not dancing?
right.
That was great. I enjoyed
It's
that a
also
lot.
at a planet you can understand me when I sing, but you can't understand outside of that.
When I'm
That's a
talking.
wild.
Yeah.
That's a wild premise.
That's the wackiness that I love about this movie, though.
For
Like
sure.
you can't do this in Civil War or Black Panther or some of these
For
you
sure.
have to take superhero movies seriously type of films. I appreciate the Marvels because, like I was telling you before, this movie is just it's a Saturday morning cartoon in like
Yeah.
the best possible way. We're here, quick 90 minutes, having fun, being able to do a wacky scene of like, yeah, we're on the musical planet. And I wanted to stay there a little bit longer because you're right. Carol has this whole backstory, like Cliff was saying, of like 30 years. We don't know what the heck she was doing. And so just like seeing that she is married to a prince and she can just go up there whenever she wants and get help is insane. And I want to see more of what she's been up to. And I think having characters like Kamala and Monica around her kind of experiencing it with us made that really work.
It was great, even from the part when she realized, like, crap, they're going to this planet. I really don't want to go to this planet. And everybody's asking, like, well, why don't you want to go there? Now we have to go there. Like, we got to see why you don't want to go there. Like, all of that, the lead up to it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then
It's like,
to
Auntie,
find
at this
out
point, we
what-
got to see what you've been up to.
Right. Because it's like, clearly you were on something. You were doing something weird. We got to figure this out. It was great to see all the lead up to it. Like I said, I could have left the singing, but because it fit into the thing, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. But yeah, I do agree. I wish we would have kind of sat there a little longer, but I don't know what you could have cut otherwise. Because like I said, I kind of love that it was 1 hour and 45. I don't think you should have budged anywhere from that.
You know, it's, you know,
I mean, I guess they could have explored the planet more, but majority of the planet is water, so they couldn't go anywhere.
That's also true. There
That's
wasn't
true.
much else.
Scuba diving.
They was in and out.
It was a storybook
Right.
planet.
Right, and to add to what everyone said, especially since I feel like, I don't know, let me know if y'all agree with this, but I just feel like with Captain Marvel, they've kind of presented her that like she's been a loner for 30
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And now out of
Yeah.
nowhere, she's a princess. And like, again, it goes back to that 30 years of history. I'm like, she's explored space. I know she know more people. She's been to more planets. People probably have different names for her and what have you. It's
Got
like,
more men.
we need to explore this, right?
More
She
women.
got more men, probably more women, probably. Who knows? She probably royalty all over the
a
place.
little close. I was like,
She probably got
Yeah, the
all
King of
types-
Asgard was giving her some eyes. I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
remember
man.
y'all being this close.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot that she was just randomly there for like a hot second, like, oh hey,
In
how
a
you
suit.
doing?
Just popped up in a suit. Like,
I'm like,
you know,
what
hey,
is
just
going
need
on?
help.
I forgot
Hey,
she was there too. Not gonna
Hey,
lie.
Majesty,
Hello.
what's up?
right?
Yeah.
Where'd you get the Bifrost energy? I don't remember that, but okay.
Just
She should have popped up in the musical because we all know Tessa can sing.
True.
She should have popped up right there.
That would have been amazing.
That was great. I enjoyed that. I was like, oh, who you calling? Who's coming? I was like, oh, I wasn't
Who
expecting
you
that. Surprising.
I was surprised, and then I remember this got leaked by you know who like months ago, and I'm like, dang it.
Guess
I
who
hate that I
didn't
knew
know?
that.
I had
So
no
I was
idea. I had no
completely
idea.
shocked because I
did.
blocked you know who a while ago, so I was completely shocked. I was like, oh, crazy. This is
Yeah.
great.
I don't even know who is, so I was safe.
I think I know, but I'm not even going to try and guess.
To save your eyes. I won't say anything.
I will give them credit. The display of powers was pretty fun to watch in this movie.
The choreography was
Well,
great.
especially Kamala's, like her being able to like create a ball shield for herself. I'm like, all right,
I love
you've been
that.
practicing. I appreciate this.
You got to get creative when you're going to change your powers like that. I give them a lot of credit.
When they had
I
Monica
love the
fly right
comedic-
away.
Yeah, I
Woo!
love the comedic
I was
timing
like,
of all
yes.
of that in that scene, Trayvon. It was amazing.
I was like,
The
yes.
fall, the scene when she finally hit the ground and Samuel Jackson. Oh, it's Carol. We're good.
Oh, it's Carol.
That killed me so much. He's like, oh, it's Carol. All right.
Oh, we good. We straight. She gonna graduate.
I don't know. I mean, y'all
I
know
thought that
me.
was crazy that Carol flew away like that. It's like, you know, you switch when you use your powers. What are you doing, woman?
And this man really told Monica,
Well, she
Black
did,
Girl
it,
Magic.
she
That's-
did it to make them
Yes,
switch,
sir.
right? Remember that? And she said that's
But
what she
if
tried
they
to do.
did, Kamala's
trying,
falling during
Don't do it in the
But she
style,
tried.
yeah.
She tried to do like it didn't work. She was like, "Well, shit, I gotta do something. Use my power, like so. Let me just. I gotta get her here. Like she gonna die. Like get her here. Like,
Right, because we gotta
I
remember
put her in the middle of
Kamala's
battle,
family,
like-
especially her mom was like, I'm happy for you, but where's my daughter?
That was
my
great.
focus.
And she was like-
where she's at.
I
need
love
her.
I
her
work it.
parents so much. I love her. Her parents are great.
Mm-hmm.
I was so glad they were in the movie.
They were
Yeah,
fantastic. Her brother's also very underrated. Like he just
Yeah.
randomly comes in with the
Yeah.
quips.
Yeah, it was great.
Just drops his glasses. Just he's like, I'm done. I don't have no. Can't do anything.
I really.
Is this the first like full family we've seen in the MCU?
In the MCU,
Full
I
family.
think so.
I mean, Kate's
Because our majority of our
family's
heroes
there,
like orphans.
Well, Kate, yeah, I guess so. Kate, too.
Kate's mother and father for like a minute.
Yeah.
But we did see Thor's family. So
We
That-
did
yeah,
see
that's
Thor's
the only one.
family, yeah.
Mm.
Thor's full family in the
Yeah.
first one. So yeah.
We get to see Tony's for a little bit too in flashbacks.
Mm.
I was thinking more like in real time though. Like I don't count
In
flashbacks
real
as
time?
much. Yeah. Thor, I think, is the only other one.
I want to
because
ask
everyone
you
else is
guys
like a
something.
found family type of situation.
Yeah.
Ask you guys something. Do you guys remember or notice this happen? I watched the movie twice and I still was like, they didn't explain this at all.
What?
So at the end of the movie, when Kamala had both bangles, she used them.
Vandals.
Then when she got to Earth, she only had one. Like,
Mhm.
Oh.
and I was like, where
Oh,
did
I
the other
didn't
one
notice
go?
that.
Editing error.
I was like, where'd
I
it go?
didn't notice that.
I don't think it's an error. I really think
I don't
they
think
just
it
didn't
is
explain
either.
it. I don't
But I
think
was
it's an
like,
error.
where'd it go? Like, there was no discussion.
They just never
nothing.
explain it. Which
Yeah.
They put it back.
It was so funny. I
She
was
set
like,
it down on
That's
the ship.
crazy.
I think Carol kept it, but they just
but
didn't say
why
it.
though? Like, let her have her power.
I
I mean,
I'm just taking it as an editing error. They just forgot. They
that
probably
might be it. That could be
they had to do reshoots at one point.
I
And like,
watched
oh,
it twice, and I was like, they really didn't talk about it.
I really
Yeah.
didn't notice
I
that.
was
That's
like-
crazy.
But you know,
I
we did
noticed
have
it.
them on.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, you saw it at the end.
Oh.
I said, "Oh, wait a minute, what's that on her arm?" Both of them. I said, "Hold
Yeah,
on,
both
now."
of them. Well, you remember those bands are on Captain Marvel normally. Well, at least the male one for a lot of the original ones. So
What they call her? Binary.
Mhm.
binary.
That's what
Yeah.
they call
Well,
it.
that-
It was weird what Beast
Yeah.
said. Beast like binary, found like binaries is sitting right there.
Yeah.
It was so
Yeah.
weird when he said it. I was like, "Wait, she's right there." It just said she found her. Why you said binary
Yeah.
found her?
wait, who are we
It
talking
was
about?
funny.
But yeah,
The end credit scene
Yeah.
or the mid credit scene.
Okay.
Beast
the
and
end credit
binary.
scene by Maria Rambeau is binary in that world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
It
she
was
has
funny
both-
because
both
there was a
angles.
guy sitting next to me that he was writing notes, so I assume he's like a critic of some sort. And we're watching the thing, and it's like you said, Trayvon, like Beast is like something binary, like who is this girl, blah blah blah. Then the
Yeah.
guy goes, "Is that Storm?" And I'm like,
Oh my god!
"What are you talking about?"
It's because it's how he said it though. It was like it was confusing. He was like binary found. I was like, "Isn't she right there?" Like, why
See,
would
but
you
the
say
thing
it like
is,
that?
Storm doesn't ever look
But
like
this
that.
girl-
She's got
this
white
girl-
hair.
yeah, This girl also doesn't know who binary is, so she's like, this. He
It's
didn't
just
point
the
at her.
branch timeline.
Yeah, That's all it is.
Mhm.
But
Oh, we're
I
talking
loved
about
it.
branch timelines.
I fucking cried. I when Beast came out, like unfortunately that was spoiled for a lot of us.
Like you know who?
I'm
yeah.
sorry that happened to y'all.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm sorry it
what's
happened to
funny
y'all. It was new to me, and it was great.
It was
You
new
didn't
to
know
you.
Exactly, bitch.
We
I
were
thought
in
it was
the same
new to me.
place when I got spoiled. Did
No, I muted the.
No.
I muted.
I remember.
Oh, I didn't. I don't think.
Oh,
it
I-
got spoiled to me. I don't.
I
Somebody in
remember
this
hearing
call
about
was
Beast,
talking
but
about
it
it,
still
and
surprised
we were
me.
both like,
Because I remember
"Wait, we
Trayvon
don't know
asking,
that."
and I
Oh, I stopped
remember me and Mike
listening.
Yeah.
talking
Because
about
I
it.
that was completely news to me.
Guys, the podcast people don't care about any of this. Back on topic.
I care about this.
All right.
So look, if you were
Mid-credit scene.
surprised, that's awesome because
It was
that
great.
had to be feel good. Like,
Shout out to
So-
Kelsey Grammer, by the way.
yes, that was awesome.
Shout out to Kelsey.
Oh, I was loving it, and he looked
Having
good.
his
He looked so
Renaissance.
fucking
Fraser's
good.
back.
The implications
Beast
that this
again.
means.
That's
So let's get into
me,
my favorite mid-credit scene.
That
That was cool.
that was one of my favorites. Probably the best post credit scene I've seen in a while, honestly. But that's
In a
because
long time.
I love the fucking X-Men, and I've just been waiting a long time.
Yeah.
You know how
I don't
good it
know why
felt to
Jawan
see an
hates on
X-Men
the
not
X-Men.
die in the MCU?
So, like,
Yeah.
and to see them look accurate, like
Not too
Beast
much.
looked so good, son. It was just
Mhm.
We had Professor X and like
Multiverse of Madness.
Wanda's
it's
brother.
Too soon. It's too soon. Like, yeah, that's double duty though. He was on both universes. But yeah, Professor Xavier died. It's like as soon as we saw him, and so
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic. So,
And Ralph Boner doesn't count. So
we're gonna get. There's
I
definitely
need-
gonna be more Ralph Boner in the future. I
Need some
can't
people
wait.
to start, I need just the people start talking to each other so they can be like, okay. So what was the end credit scene in Shang-Chi? So
Captain Marvel
Carol-
was
so they were all
yeah.
talking to each
helping him
other.
out.
Oh, they were
Yeah.
in the
So-
meeting. Yeah, they were
yeah,
in
so
the
I was
conference.
like,
You
room.
know,
I was like, so
Bruce
you
and Wong.
don't
Yeah.
know about America Chavez? Go get her, break a hole open, go get her. I was
Well, they don't know what it is. I think it is multidimensional, the 10 rings, but I don't. They're trying to figure out what it is. And
No. I'm just talking about going to get Monica. Like, break a hole.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, you
they
see-
also don't know where she is.
If Monica was truthful about the witch hex and the wizards, and like we probably could have gotten to America Chavez eventually in conversation.
Yeah.
But
What?
nope.
What is it? What if
I mean, we're gonna have to at some point.
I'm just
with
saying,
these young Avengers
Carol
popping
talking
up.
to Wong, like she should know about hopefully America Chavez. at
I
this
do
point.
believe this will all culminate when it needs to, but they
Oh
do all at once.
yeah, America Chavez wasn't in the Young Avengers picture thing, was she?
It's not going to be 3 people, Jimmy. It'll get there.
All right, Young Avengers. Let's talk about it.
I'm here for it.
Cute.
If Kamala starts it, I'm here for it.
You brought up a very good point, though, Mike. How did she know that? How did she know that speech word for word? It is a question,
That's
but
funny.
I just assumed she was just that big of a fangirl that she just somehow got some stuff that she didn't need to know. Maybe it's like in their archive somewhere.
Ant-Man's book.
She got the files, remember?
Yeah.
She got the little glass case. She's
No,
like,
but like
so.
Nick Fury
Ant-Man's
has in
book.
the shield. And Nick Fury had the shield files of saying word for word.
It was
I showed up to
recorded.
Tony
Was it a
Stark's house.
recorded meeting? Yeah, that's
Right.
all it is.
You think
Somebody
you were
said
the only
like maybe
superhero in the
Fury
world?
recounted this story to her, and then she just repeated what he said in the story.
We don't.
I didn't think
I
Nick
don't.
Fury
I
would
don't.
remember the story in that much detail. Honestly,
honestly, it's
I
probably
think
just
she
for
would. I think she
dramatic.
would.
He's that much of a fangirl. I think she found it.
yeah.
You know.
Or
I mean,
it's
either
also
way,
just-
I didn't think about it that much.
I didn't know what they did.
No, it was
either.
just
I
it was a
just-
fleeting
It's
thought.
a funny nod. Is what it was.
Mm.
Mhm.
it was cute.
Very.
Kate Bishop probably takes the most damage out of any MCU character, though. She's always covered in scrapes and
She
scratches.
is human.
Well, she is Hawkeye.
Because she the realest.
And she is all
She
that.
just
Yeah.
be going
And
in.
she is powerless.
Yeah, well, that's why. Yeah.
Why did I feel like that was shade, Trayvon?
I'm just
Right.
pointing it out. I'm just pointing it
Why
out.
was there so much shade towards Kate? Like, Kate ain't do nothing
I'm
Not
wrong.
just
too much
pointing
on
it
Haley
out.
Steinfeld. Leave her alone.
She is powerless.
Maybe it's a Hawkeye thing.
Hey.
I don't know. Poor girl.
Poor thing.
Leaning into shade for no reason. She's
Yeah,
gonna be my
who y'all
favorite.
think
now.
going to be on this team?
Who do I
Hopefully more
think?
people with powers.
No shit, Trayvon.
Nobody's
If I had to take a guess,
Oh,
Because we know we
Aside
got
from
Ms.
the-
Marvel.
Ms.
right,
Marvel,
beside the two.
Kate
America
the guy
Chavez.
from Captain
Cassie Lang.
America.
Oh, Eli Bradley.
Oh.
Eli.
You
Yeah.
need to get a
Well,
blood
I don't know.
transfusion first,
Eli,
and then
Patriot?
He, can go on.
Patriot. Yeah, I'm not
Mhm.
a rush for Patriot though.
He needs to get
He's
hurt
probably gonna
first
be in
and get some
Captain America
blood.
4, though.
Well, if he's established there, then maybe. But until then, I'm not counting him. As of characters that we've seen, America Chavez, Ironheart.
Probably should be a wizard by then.
Maybe
Hulk has a kid out here too. Y'all.
Yes,
We all
yes.
Oh my god, I forgot that.
Absolutely not. No.
Hell yeah.
We got
Scar's
stature.
on there.
He's for sure to be a part of it.
Oh, that makes sense. All right.
For
Not
sure.
Why even introduce them if you're not gonna have
Right.
them do something?
Oh, I mean, we
Wanda's
haven't talked
boys
about
are
it
out here
since.
Hope the
somewhere.
CG is better by the
Oh,
time.
we're
we
gonna
see
get
that
them
game.
too. We're gonna get that too. Probably older versions.
Are we so they're just going to steal them from another universe, right?
Who?
Wanda's
Wanda's
kids.
boys.
No, they'll be reincarnated. I'm 100% sure they'll do what they did in the
How
comics.
they be reincarnated if they're never carnated though?
You see, Jamie, branching timelines and world trees and shit.
Yeah,
But then there's
That sounds like
Stoneland.
some shade.
you'll see. They'll explain it away. I can't do that for them.
I am positive that
Do
one of these kids have been cast in an upcoming movie or show. I just
Oh,
don't
me
remember
too.
which one it
Pretty
is.
sure they're
I
showing
know.
up Agatha.
One of
Yeah.
them is definitely gonna be an actor.
Like,
That's still a thing? I'm sorry.
Boy,
yeah, I think
That's
so.
that's been done.
Joe
So is
Locke.
Ironheart though. to be
Oh, is
fair.
it done? Oh, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, they're both done filming. They just haven't had a chance to come out.
They're done filming, but they're Marvel, so they're probably not done filming. You know how they work over
That's a
there.
lot.
Yep.
I mean, they could do whatever they got to do now. Agatha's set to come out next fall, but we'll see.
Next fall. Damn.
It got
Monica
pushed
Wanda.
back.
It's supposed to be this
right
fall.
now.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, last time I checked, Agatha it's been done filming, and so is Ironheart. Echo, we know that. Those three have been done filming.
Yeah, Agatha finished filming in May.
There you go.
See.
What do we think? Getting back on topic for the Marvels before we wrap this side of the conversation up, where do y'all think is going to happen with Monica's story? Because they firmly established where she is. What projects do we revisit that? Is it just going to be like a Kang Dynasty Secret Wars thing, or
It's going to be Avengers.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
probably. Or maybe
Unless it's
whatever
Fantastic
X-Men-
Four, but even still.
or whatever X-Men property.
All right,
But
question.
what?
I don't think we're seeing X-Men until like post Secret
Oh,
Wars.
then never
Like I'm
mind.
talking in terms of like movies. I mean, like I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I agree.
Hugh
I don't
Jackman
think-
will
Oh, then
pop
never
up
mind.
and
I
whatnot,
didn't know.
Any
but-
X-Men movies till that.
X-Men's not even on the schedule yet?
Oh, well,
It's
then
not.
I take my
I mean,
statement back.
Looking
Right,
at
they're going to pop up in Secret
Universe.
Wars, but in terms of MCU X-Men, we're not getting them for a good while.
oh, for sure.
No.
Unless
Well, at
they
least
just have a movie
2027.
in that universe, they just have one over there.
I want X-Men before
No,
I'm 30.
I don't want that.
Right.
No,
They might try
gotta be-
that. They might try that.
They better not. They better
Deadpool?
just be. Deadpool's gonna be it.
Deadpool
Deadpool's
might
gonna
be.
be that.
It,
You might get her in Deadpool. You're right. I didn't
Deadpool
think
might
about
be
that.
it.
You know why? Because that could be that same universe.
When she was
Yeah,
in the
Fox.
hospital bed,
You
and
might see
she,
that universe.
and she went like this. Do you guys think that meant she don't have her powers there, or was she just like saying she was alive? For me,
I
I was like,
remember that.
maybe her powers don't work because she was like this in the hospital bed.
That's
I was
possible, isn't it? Like, wasn't it?
Like,
Didn't they have a thing where they like couldn't use their powers in there or something?
And what?
No,
In
that
the
was
X-Men,
that was in
like,
Loki.
hospital?
I don't know. Doctor Strange powers
Like the
still work
base
when they
or
went to a different
whatever?
universe.
Not a,
I'd be
not-
interested if like her
not-
powers, because she can view all light spectrums, if like depending on what universe she's in, she can't view every light spectrum, which means she doesn't have access to her full powers or specific portions of her powers, maybe.
Yeah, but she also wastes a lot of energy, so maybe she just needs to recharge.
Maybe.
Awesome.
I just need
But I'm
Rogue
gonna-
to give Carol a big old hug when they cross over.
Oh no.
She could hug somebody else. She could hug somebody else.
Just hug Kane. Call it a day.
She ain't got no powers.
That's what I'm saying. Like let's just beat the villain right out of the gate.
You just hate
I'm
humans.
trying to think who else can
Seduces Kane.
she hug.
Not a fan of Iron Man. Not a fan of Hawkeye.
I'm trying to think of another character she could hug on though.
It would be an interesting character development to see if they take that arc from the comics,
Which one?
where Captain Marvel loses her powers.
They'll save that for when Brie Larson wants out. They'll
Right?
be out.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean,
So she doesn't get him back then, it seems.
oh, I mean, in the
She gets him
comics,
back eventually.
she was in a coma.
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, is that really using your powers? Or you just like not awake to use your powers?
Well, no, she
Well, she
full on
holds
lost
on to
her.
her until she like takes them. basically.
Yeah, she took all her shit.
Well, she took
And then threw her off the
I'm
bridge.
sorry. She
just
took
super strength
just her
in
shit.
flight, super strength in flight, and that's
She
it.
took partial some of her
Yeah.
power, yeah.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
was
let me
like
ask
almost
y'all, I guess,
permanently. It felt permanently. That's
one
how long
last
she had it.
question.
Go.
Because where do y'all see our three main actors and characters going? Like, do y'all think we're going to get another Marvels? Like, do y'all think we'll see them together again within like the next like 6 years?
Nope.
I'll
6 years.
go
Even 10 years, I'll go very
Yes.
far.
The three of them,
Yeah, sure.
and yes, I do. Now maybe not in their own movie, but together. Yeah.
With the box office results of this one, I don't think we get another Marvel sequel, unfortunately. But I think Young Avengers, that's where Miss Marvel will go. I think Captain Marvel can be a part of like Avengers movies or other teams. They might have to rework the character of Captain Marvel, like how they did Thor. Like, yeah, this one is super serious and this one's kind of silly, and it's like they're gonna have to figure out how to approach that character, right? So
they're just going to continue what they've been trying to do, basically.
I
with
think
Captain
so.
Marvel.
They might also just have to be like, hey, maybe this character's just not she should not be the lead of her own story. Like maybe you can have her team up with various people, like how Doctor Strange was in Spider-Man or how Hulk was in Thor. So I don't know how they approach it. Like this is the lowest grossing opening of any MCU movie, including the Incredible Hulk. So
and we're counting Ant-Man 3 as well.
All 33. This is the lowest one.
Quantumania was not good overall, like long term.
Well, you can't count because Black Widow didn't get a
decent
full.
Also, I feel like thanks to
also counting
for Black Widow.
It's also counting Black Widow.
I'd rather No, it's not. No, Black Widow didn't get a full.
Well, I think we can give this movie some grace because of recent events and like strikes and all that stuff that's been going on.
Misogyny.
Yeah.
Yes, and racism as well.
Yeah, but who knows what's happening as far as like the stuff in the Middle East with Iman. I don't know like what her position is on it, but people could be mad about that too.
She's Pakistani, so I mean, like.
Oh, I have a character that Rogue can hug on.
To a lot of people, they see everybody Middle Eastern as Middle
Eastern. But yeah, I was just curious because
which goes back to being racist.
I think this dynamic is very good.
Amelia Clark.
Yeah, I was just curious because I think this dynamic between the three of them, they need to tap into that again.
Grab on.
Yeah,
and what have you.
Yeah, I mean, there's stories to be told. I think what's really funny about the movie for me. I mean, it's a little factoid, but they call her the Annihilator, and it's funny is that there is a team called the Annihilators that features Ronan the Accuser. It's a cosmic team. Also,
and we got Annihilus as well. It's just a villain.
A lot of that, yeah. Annihilus is a negative zone, is it, or one of those zones?
Interesting.
Yeah. Fantastic Four villain.
She want to hear me. She can hug on that man.
She can hug Amelia Clark. Yeah, I'm jealous.
Yeah, we heard it.
I'm talking we though.
That's who you take the power from, not Captain Marvel.
Oh, see, but you can't do it too much because she'll die.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's super strong.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta pick one, right?
Yeah, you gotta pick one, either. And I'd rather keep Captain Marvel. Thanks.
She doesn't have to go into a coma or lose her powers permanently.
I don't want to lose her powers at all. Thanks.
Yeah, it's my
It
thing.
was an interesting arc. I
enjoy this character.
A lot of people know Rogue with those kind of powers, and it's funny that's where she got them. And
yeah,
I would like to see it.
Of course you would. Y'all hate Captain?
Yeah, cool. I don't, but you can.
What is the agenda here?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, we do fan fiction at this point.
I like being outside of the mess. It's fun.
Are there any other thoughts on the Marvels?
I have none.
Nope.
It was great. It was
fine movie. Go see it.
I'm going to see it again. Sure.
More women in the MCU, please.
More women in the director's chair, please. Ada Costa, you did a fantastic job. Even though she came out and said like some of the restraints that Marvel kind of put on her with this movie, but I think by and large she did great with what she had to work with, and I hope they give her more to do, give her a little more free reign next time. Mm-hmm. And specifically, let her make a sequel. Like, the Marvels 3 with Blue Marvel would be really cool.
I don't even know who that is.
Blue Marvel would be fun.
I could feel like Denzel Washington had gray hair and was like the smartest man, one of the smartest men to ever exist, and had like
That would be
powers
cool.
and a cape.
Trayvon, come
Trayvon
back.
dipped
He's gonna
out.
be in that movie, and you're gonna like it.
Dang,
Trayvon-
what happened to him?
He has beef with Denzel, and I don't
So
want to
weird.
get into it.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it. I forgot.
We'll talk about
Trayvon.
that in chat after.
Guys.
Am I right?
I would love to do Marvel. That'd be cool.
That would be.
Let's get John Boyega. How about that? That'd be better.
Yeah,
He's way too.
No, it's not. No, it's
Yeah.
not. No, it's
Blue
not.
Marvel's old.
That's like trying to get him as Charles.
Change it up.
Xavier.
Change it.
Too young.
Nope.
Okay,
Honestly, I
Sterling K.
Too
Brown.
old. How about
There's a
too old?
problem here. I'm
Is that too old? How about that?
You got Sterling K. Brown right there.
You
Okay.
know,
I feel like he's also still too young.
He's already
But
been.
also,
he's
wasn't he
been
already
in
in-
a few, so.
that-
He was. He was.
I mean, he wasn't Black Panther, but he did.
I'm about to
His character
say-
did.
That is also
Let's
fair.
not. Let's not
We're
let
in the
that
multiverse.
precedent.
Let's
Right, if
talk
Jimmy Chan
about-
can play two characters, we good. We got it. Let's go.
I love that Trayvon is so invested in this fan cast for a character he probably doesn't even know, just
Sure
to keep Denzel out of it.
You know.